Light. We are going to discuss about lens, image formations by a convex and a concave lens. First, we need to learn the rules as we have learned in mirror 3 rules to form the image. Here also we have to learn the similar type of 3 rules to get the image formations diagram correctly. Rule number 1, a ray of light which is originally parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. See the diagram? It is coming parallel. After refraction it will pass through focus. Rule 2, a ray of light passing through the optical center of the convex lens does not deviate after refraction but goes straight. Rule 3, when a ray of light passes through the focus of the convex lens, when it becomes parallel to the principal axis after refraction through the lens. Now we are going to learn about the types of images formed by a convex lens. The type of image formed by a convex lens depends on the position of the object. So there are again several cases. First case, position 1, when the object is placed at infinity, the light rays come parallel. Here all the refracted rays meet at focus, that is called f2. So a real image is formed at f2. As all the refracted rays meet at a single point, so the image is highly diminished and inverted. Now for position 2, object is placed beyond 2f. So one ray of light parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. Another light ray passes through optical center and goes straight after refraction. So here both the refracted rays meet at a point between focus f and 2f. So it will be also a real image because rays are actually meeting. Position of the image between focus f and 2f on the other side of the lens. Nature, real, inverted and diminished. Diminished means smaller than the object. Position 3, when the object is placed at 2f. One ray of light parallel to the principal axis passes through focus after refraction through the lens. Another light ray passes through optical center and goes straight after refraction. Here both the refracted rays meet at 2f. So it is also a real image. But this is a very peculiar case where you will see the nature of the image is real, inverted, and the image is of the same size as that of the object. Position of the image will be at 2f. Position 4, object is placed between f and 2f. One ray of light parallel to the principal axis of the lens passes through another focus on the other side of the lens. Another ray of light will pass through the optical center and that will remain undeviated. So here both the refracted rays are meeting at a point beyond 2f. So it is also forming a real image. Position of the image beyond 2f on the other side of the lens. Nature, real, inverted, enlarged, larger than the object. Position 5, when the object is placed at f. One ray of light parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. Another light ray passes through optical center and goes straight after refraction. So here we are getting two rays which are parallel to each other. Two refracted rays are parallel to each other. So normally parallel rays, they do not meet with each other. But mathematically we can say the parallel rays can meet at infinity. So we consider that in this case image will be formed at infinity. And what will be the nature? Real, inverted and highly enlarged image. Enlarged means magnified image. Position 6. When the object is placed between optical center O and F, one ray of light parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus after refraction. Another light ray will pass through optical center, will remain undeviated. So actually these two refracted rays will never meet because they are diverging in nature. They are divergent in nature. So they cannot really meet in practice. So if you produce them backwards in your imagination, and then you will see that in the backward direction they can meet at a point from which they are, you can feel as if they are coming out. So in this case you will be getting a virtual image. Nature will be erect and enlarged, and position will be at the back of the object on the same side of the lens. Now we are coming to the cases for concave lens. Here also we need to learn about the rules. In concave lens, the image is always formed at a point where at least two refracted rays appear to diverge from. They will never meet actually. They will be appearing to diverge from. So rule 1, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis of the convex lens. After that, what will happen? After refraction, you will feel as if they are coming out of focus of the lens. Rule 2, a ray of light passing through the optical center of the concave lens goes straight after refraction through the lens. Rule 3, a ray of light going towards the focus on another side of the concave lens becomes parallel to the principal axis after refraction through the lens. Now, types of images formed by a concave lens. Here actually we will discuss only two cases. And in concave lens we will never get any real image. Position 1, when the object is placed at infinity. The light rays become parallel after reaching the lens. That means when they are coming and hitting the lens, you will feel that all the rays are parallel to each other. Then after refraction, they will all be a divergent refracted rays. You will see that. You can see that there is a bunch of divergent refracted rays. So they cannot never meet. So if you produce them backwards in your imagination, then you will see that they appear to come out of a point on the principal axis, and that is called focus. Focus F1. So you will be getting a virtual image, and since they are appearing to come out from a point, so the image will be highly diminished. So here the nature is virtual, erect and highly diminished. Position of the image at the focus on the same side of the lens where from the incident rays are coming. Position 2, when the object is placed anywhere in front of the lens. So one ray, it will be parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it will be a divergent ray. If you produce it backward, it will appear to go through the focus. Another ray, it will pass through the optical center and it will remain undeviated. And if you just imagine that these two rays are cutting each other or intersecting each other in front of the lens, there you will be getting the image, and that image is virtual, erect, but smaller, that is diminished. So the position of the image is in front of the lens where is the object is placed, and between focus and pole of the lens. It's not pole, sorry, it is the optical center of the lens. Uses of convex lens. Convex lens, which is also called a converging lens or positive lens. It is thicker at the middle. The light rays that pass through a convex lens converge, meet, or brought closer together. So what are the uses of convex lens? It is used in magnifying glasses. It is also used in spectacles for correction of hypermetropia. Hypermetropia means when a patient finds difficulty in reading. That means he or she cannot see close by things very nicely. It is also used in cameras and microscopes. Uses of concave lens. Concave lens used in telescope and binoculars. Concave lenses are used in telescope and binoculars to magnify objects. As convex lenses create blurs and distortion, telescope and binoculars manufacturers install concave lenses before or in the eyepiece so that a person can focus more clearly. Concave lenses are also used in spectacles for correcting myopia. Myopia is also called nearsightedness. Nearsightedness means here the people can see near things but cannot see far off objects. Like some of you must be wearing the spectacles for having myopia or nearsightedness. Here the eyeball of a person suffering from myopia is too long and the images of faraway objects fall short of the retina. They are formed before retina. So you use concave lenses and you push it to the retina. So by using concave lenses glasses, you can correct this short-sightedness or nearsightedness or myopia, and you can again see the things properly. Thank you.